Now, the next topic is tires, and this is also very important because at least two questions in the exam definitely come from this topic of tires. So, the first thing about tires is how many types there are. There are two types of tires, radial and diagonal. The difference between radial and diagonal is that in a radial tire, the thread used inside is straight, while in a diagonal tire, the thread inside is slanted just like the diagonal is from one corner to another, so the thread is also a bit slanted. Now, what is the difference between these tires? I have already told you the difference. What is their use? Their use is that if you are using 4 diagonal tires in your car, use all 4 diagonal tires. If you want to use all 4 radial tires, then use all 4 radial tires. But if you have 2 diagonal tires and 2 radial tires, you should always put the diagonal ones on the front and the radial tires on the back side. You can never put radial tires in the front. Radial tires should always be placed at the back and diagonal ones in the front. Now, in the next tire, the writing on the tire, whatever is written, all those numbers have some meaning and questions also come from this. So I will tell you what each thing represents. You must have always seen that just like in the picture of the tire, you can see that first it says 22, 225 by 50, then 8, 70, 98, and then H is written. So the 225, the very first digit, is the width of the tire in millimeters, meaning how wide this tire is. Its width is in millimeters, 225. After that, below, 50 is written. For this, these are the ratios. The height and width of the tire, its length and width, the ratios of these are written here. So these are the ratios of height and width. After that, the letter R is written in the third position, which indicates that it is a radial tire. If D is written here, it means it is a diagonal tire. After that, a number is written, like here it is written as 17. This is the diameter of the rim. It is in inches, meaning the diameter of the rim in this tire. The distance from one edge to the other is 17 inches. After that, 98H is written. 98 is its load index. It is its weight index, meaning how much load can be placed on this tire. 98 is its load index. After that, at the end, there is a digit, an alphabet. Here, H is written. This is its speed symbol. It indicates its speed. This is its speed index. So the symbol represents all these things. Next comes the depth of the tire. Yeah, the tire depth should be 1.6 millimeters in any case. If the tire depth is less than this, then that tire should not be used or it is not allowed to be used. To check it, take a coin and insert it into the lines. If it goes all the way in, you will know its depth. If it stays out, it means your tire is very worn out and it's time to change it. So remember 1.6 millimeters because this question often appears in exams. Next is how much air pressure should be in the tire. The air pressure in your car's tire should always be full. You cannot drive with it low. It reduces the tire's lifespan and damages it, and it is not safe either. So first of all, it should be full. Secondly, you can also check from the outside with the car's wheels to know how the air pressure of your car is. If there is less air than the lines on the sides, because the lines of the car's wheel always form below, give an idea. So the lines on the sides will be visible. And if there is too much air, it will be excessive, then only the middle line will be visible, not the side ones. But if the air is properly filled, just right, full, then all 3 lines will be even. They will be exactly the same lines. And secondly, when you are traveling on the motorway, you should try to have the air pressure in your tire be 10% more than what it should be. And if you are driving in the city, it can be 10% less, and that's fine. An example of this is that if your car's PSI should be 25, if you are going to travel on the motorway and you know you have a long journey, then setting it to 28 is also fine. To tasamya but if you are driving inside the city and not going at high speed, you can even bring it down to 22 and it will still work. However, the normal air pressure of your car should be full. If your car's pressure is 25, then it should be 25. And if the air pressure is not correct or appropriate, there is one more disadvantage. Your oil consumption will also be higher. So there are two disadvantages. Oil consumption will be higher and the tire will wear out faster. How do you find out what the air pressure of your car should be? Often the air pressure is written on the tires themselves, which is in PSI. For example, on this tire in the picture, it says 44 PSI. So this is its maximum air pressure, and you have to keep it within this range, and you can easily check its air pressure from the system inside the car. And when do you have to check this? When you start your journey, because in a stationary car, the air pressure cannot be checked from the system inside. But as soon as you start traveling, you should check the pressure right at the beginning of the journey. When the tire is still cold, that's the time you should check its pressure. When you travel a bit and then check the pressure, it won't be accurate. Why? Because the tires get warm and inflate a bit, they don't show the correct air pressure. So you should always check the air pressure when they are cold, and the air pressure should be even in all four tires. So if you ever need to change a car tire, what are the things you need? There are only two things you need for that. One, you need keys or a wrench, and second, you need a jack to lift the car. So these are the two things you need to change a car tire. And after that, how to change the car's tire. When you have to loosen the nuts, always turn them anti-clockwise, and when you have to tighten them again, turn them clockwise. So anti-clockwise means the opposite direction to which the clock hands move, which is clockwise. And if you move in the opposite direction, it is anti-clockwise. So while opening, you have to move in the opposite direction, and while closing, you have to move in the direction of the clock hands.